Hi guys, this is Catweazel again, and what you're about to see is most likely one of the greatest matches ever played in the history of the game Cossacks 3. And well, first of all, let's say what we are talking about. This is a WCC match actually, a World Cup match, but not from 2024. It is a World Cup match from 2023. And what we are seeing here is a quarterfinal match between KGR clan, Catweazel and Artwar on the one side, and Deadpool and Vadim on the other side. The odds were that I think that it was a draw, 1-1 at this point, so this was the decisive match. And needless to say, we both wanted to win, and not only did we want to win, the other team wanted the same. And you will very clearly see that through the outcome of the game. Now, what can we say here at this stage? First of all, the whole tournament was full of matches with rushes, with very aggressive style of playing, and you know, there were no big surprises. You know, it was very clear that after 15th minute there would be a very big attack. Some teams were coming all over the center with all their armies, trying to divide the opposing team and trying to 2 versus 1 against one side. You know, nobody, seriously nobody, was being prepared for what was about to happen in this match, and very clearly the streamers were not either, because Swan, who as a very miracle has saved this match. I saved it too, but for a very unlucky reason I deleted it. I don't know how this could happen, but I was looking for this exact replay for almost 2 weeks and was asking everyone who was taking part here, and nobody had it. But then I found Swan and he still had it. He was the only person who saved it, and I can guarantee you that I now saved this replay on a cloud and on my computer, so to make sure that this marvelous game is not being deleted a second time. However, what do we have? I am in the top left corner having Netherlands. In the down left corner is Artwar with Poland. In the top right corner is Poland, Deadpool, and in the down right corner is Vadim with Netherlands as well. So we have some kind of a mirrored position, and not mirror position, sorry to say it like that. It is basically not a linear position, I wanted to say. So it's not Netherlands versus Netherlands, it's Netherlands versus Poland, and that makes it very interesting, because especially the way of playing that Poland can do and what Netherlands can do, I can tell you what I wanted to do and what my perspective is. In this situation, I'm watching now the match for the very first time after almost 1.5 years again, and I remember perfectly well that all I wanted to do was destroying the Polish with artillery, to destroy Poland with upgrades, to fully exploit the power of those 17th musketeers that I have here. And not only was that some ideas that I had, I saw these 2 hills here. And these 2 hills here will play a very critical role throughout the whole game. And you will very soon see why. However, I'm going to speed up here a little bit so that I'm not wasting too much time in the build-up. The build-up, well, what is to say about it? In the past, like 1.5 years ago, I didn't have the same idea that I have from the game right now. I was playing very differently. I was not trying to get the biggest amount of shooters or the biggest amount of dragoons. I was not the fastest with dragoons either at this point. My idea was to always be prepared for a long game and to get my mines upgrades for gold especially very early, and always to be very solid. I was not looking for a fight at the 15th minute. I was always trying to be prepared for a long war. And I kind of expected that Deadpool would play very aggressively, because I thought that he would think that if it's a long fight, he wouldn't have a chance, so he would play very aggressively. I kind of hoped that he would play for pikes, and that I could exploit it with having multi-barrels. And my plan, as you will see very soon, worked only partially. However, in the down right corner we have Vadim. He basically plays... let's see the color. It's always very difficult to find the colors in the replays. He's not having the fastest build right now, because he's focusing also very much on having mines early and getting a wall. And needless to say, because it was a quarter-final match, everyone was probably nervous. I know that Artwar was nervous. He was always saying that this is getting on his nerves to progress into the next round and stuff. But needless to say, Artwar is a fantastic partner, and what is special also to mention is that throughout the whole tournament we were not talking to each other on Discord. We were just playing intentionally. We were not even writing. We were just kind of acting intentionally and spontaneously on the spot. And I'm pretty sure that Kiev, Deadpool and Vadim were on Discord talking to each other. So, now, what can we see already right now? I'm going to pause here, because the structure and the layer of my defenses here is not a coincidence. Obviously, I could not have known at this point in game what is about to happen. And I don't want to spoiler right now what is going to happen, but I wanted to be prepared for a situation where Artwar would lose and I would be able to defend somehow against two players, just in case this happens, you know. Maybe at this point in game Artwar wins and I did it for nothing, this layer, the structures here. But I wanted to be prepared, and I wanted to make it very difficult for the other side to just 2v1 me. And in this situation here, as you can see, I tried to exploit the hills and kind of did a structure where if his army gets through, it would be forced to go where my mouse goes here. And I have army on this hill constantly trying to hold it. And yeah, very soon you will see how this worked out. To say something special about what I did here, in the past my idea was not to have the speed upgrade for the horseshoe, to have very fast those drags 17th. In the past this was not the idea of my game. All I wanted to have is artillery and the opportunity to have enough resources to get upgrades, and always be prepared for a long-term match. So I was always trying to get gold very early and have a very neat base, compact everything, trying to be prepared. Today it's a completely different matter, but at this time it was like that. And however, Artwar, he said this to me before the match, that he's going for 4 stables and for winged hussars, trying to get a second nation perhaps, or try to disturb the opponent. And we had no clue at all what Kiev clan would do, except the fact that I hoped, of course, as I said earlier, that Deadpool would play very aggressively. I know that Vadim is a very strong and experienced player. I know him from the times that I played Cossacks 1. And he is a complete Cossacks player, in my opinion. He knows all. He knows the offense, he knows the defense. I had respect of this guy, and I always do. And of course, yeah, we kind of expected a strong match, especially because this was a decisive match. And yeah, we knew it wouldn't be easy. But we didn't know what would happen in this match, and as I said in the very beginning, Swan streamed this match. He he kind of uh, streamed a match before here. He was also streaming here, and everyone thought that this is going to be a short match, but this was further from the truth than it could have ever been. Now, the game starts off with a little raid from Vadim, trying to open up here a little. In my opinion, I just wanted to hold the hills, getting a very slow game in the beginning, trying to progress myself and get some upgrades first of all. I was completely relying on the strong shooters. I was extremely ignoring all upgrades in the beginning, trying to get upgrades, and then I saw, of course, that he's going to rush. And as you can see here, his rush was very quick and uncontrolled. He basically, when he was standing here, he was already clicking on the wooden wall, and it seemed like a bad attack. But because of the fact that he was so fast coming, I was too slow. I was too slow in upgrading. I was even upgrading a gold mine here, which I wouldn't have done nowadays. I would have not go with this risk, you know. And I kind of played like this was not a tournament match. I was playing like this was a quick play match, basically. And as you can see right here, he's basically completely overrunning me here right now. And at this point in game, I thought that I completely messed up. And as you can see, I have the multi-barrels and causing some havoc here in this situation, where you can see that he has already lost a lot of pikemen only because of the multi-barrels, and I didn't even have a lot of upgrades yet. And at this point in game, I was telling him that I'm going to lose my partner. I was telling him that I'm losing here right now. And as you can see, somehow with the help of the multi-barrels, I kind of stopped him in the very last moment before his army would enter my base. And this was absolutely surprising to me, and the only success basically that I had in this situation was to avoid that Deadpool would get my nation. And at the same moment, Artwar was doing some great damage with his with his winged hussars, as you can see here already. I have seen that. I saw that I messed up, but I have also seen that Artwar has done great damage with his cavalry. And if you now compare the amount of peasants in comparison to the base of my partner, he has lost almost half of his peasants, which is absolutely astounding, to be honest. Astonishing. So, what is going to happen now, basically, is that I kind of thought that I can't do anything up here, that I have to recover somehow. But I also wanted to avoid that my partner who helped me is losing alone. So I was sending him a little bit, at the same time trying to hold the hill. And the artillery basically was doing some great damage on the base of Artwar. And at this point in the game, I was basically already a little bit annoyed, because I thought that we are going to that we have lost because I messed up the match in the very beginning due to my late upgrades. But as you can see right here, first of all, it looked like we had won this battle somehow because of those strong winged hussars. I even captured the cannons here. And we kind of had a comeback, and it was at this point not looking like a special game. It was something that you would see every time. I'm going to speed up a little here. So, in this situation, what could we have done? I was basically, I basically knew that if I lose those hills here, that I'm going to lose the whole game, because here's the basically this is the gate to my whole base. 2 mines here right behind the hills. The hills were crucial. I knew this. I was just trying to help Artwar with as much as I could, at the same time trying to hold the hills. And I knew that in the long run, Poland is not as strong as Netherlands, because if it comes to an artillery battle, there's not much that has a natural protection against multi-barrels for Poland and against artillery. So the only advantage really that Poland has in the early stage of the game are those winged hussars, who are extremely strong and basically can decide a whole match if you react incorrectly. And here at this moment I realized that I came too late into the base of Artwar, basically losing his whole base, while it is a 2 versus 1 situation against Vadim in the meantime, where Deadpool is absolutely too late. So at this point in the game I noticed again that that I did something not perfect, you know. In the start of the match I was too slow. Here I was too slow again, and I was beginning to get really annoyed and pissed off of myself. I remember this feeling here right now, that I have seen that Artwar's base has fallen, and that that I was too late and I could have been earlier, and we could have defeated it. So, but what happens here in the meantime is, and Deadpool is a strong player, no doubt about it. He's a strong player, but he realized somehow that he has his whole army, and I have my army here and on the hill, which is just a little part, and the most part is down here, and he was pushing all out on this hill with his whole army. And like 30 seconds ago, he lost all his army because my artillery was here. I was shooting non-stop at this spot here, where his whole army got shot. So, at the moment, no doubt about it, Kiev has the upper hand. My partner is dead. My partner is not only dead, he basically lost his nation also to Vadim, who has 2 nations now. He's already in the 18th century, which I just joined. He has got more units. He's got a 2nd nation rolling, and even Deadpool is in the in the 18th century, while Artwar is just struggling and trying to build himself up. He couldn't even get enough peasants into my base to save, and I was basically trying to from now on do better than I did in the first 30 minutes of the game. I kind of, at this moment, I didn't think that we had lost, to be honest with you. I didn't think that. I was basically thinking that I had situations like that already in quick play, that we could have still, that there's always a chance that you can still do something. So I was basically trying to make this a fortress, my whole base, with layers of walls, I thought, and trying to make it as hard as possible for them to win against me. That was the plan. I knew that maybe I cannot win, but I didn't want to make it easy for them to win, and I wanted to make it as hard as possible for them to win. Vadim knew that he basically now has to keep up some pressure. My whole army was up here. Probably he already had a balloon. Yeah, there it is. And he knew what was going on. He basically entered now my base with hussars, and it was alongside hussars of Deadpool. And as you can see, they took a while to break through these layers here. And basically I also forced him to go here instead of here and killing my partner. And also now the way is a little bit shorter for my army to defend against this raid. Well, and at the same time always I'm trying to to avoid that Deadpool gets my nation, of course. And as you can see, Artwar really has a very, very bad time here. His base has fallen a second time. He almost lost all of his base up here. And just look the situation right now. Artwar has 32 Polish peasants, and he captured Netherlands in the meantime in one raid that he did against Vadim. At this point in the game, it looks terrible. Basically, I'm surrounded. My army is in comparison small. If you now look at the statistics, I have the biggest army from both of them, but of course, both of them combined have almost, let's say, 1,400 plus. Let's say they have 2,700. So they have statistically more units. They have 3 nations in total, and I have just 1 at this point in game. All I have now is an upgraded nation, basically, and of course 3 barracks incoming, trying always to upgrade pikes in order to defend against those Hussars raids. I was very afraid of those Hussars raids, but I knew that in the long run, if they keep doing this, running into my pikes with their Hussars and running into my multi-barrels, that I might get the upper hand with my dragoons. And as you can see, they even managed to get in here a 3rd time with the Hussars. I couldn't avoid it. Pushing on Artwar. Of course, if Artwar is losing the match, then it would be a complete 1 versus 2, and not only 1 versus 2, it would be a 1 versus 3, because they have the second nation here, and it was then of course just a question of time until Deadpool gets the other nation. And Deadpool now and both of them basically were building up without any interference of our side, because I just couldn't get in there at any point in the game. I was completely surrounded and there was no offensive action possible. So what happened here now basically is Vadim was trying to end the game. You know, he was thinking that this match is just a question of time now. Deadpool is here. If he keeps attacking, it's just a question of time until Deadpool can take the hill. But look at the situation. I have 200 shooters up the hill. I have upgraded dragoons here. I have full shooter upgrades. I have 4 multi-barrels. I have artillery here. And on the other side, there is Poland. And look at this. He has no defense against cannons whatsoever, except the rounder shears. That's the only thing he has. And on the other side here, you can already see the damage that happens, only because I had some artillery here as well. I was splitting basically the artillery, and as you can see, I already did some major hits here. And he was pushing through this little hole only. At this moment in game, Vadim was basically underestimating my position here. I was, as you can see, I was slightly surrounding even this guy, you know? And I was constantly upgrading, trying to make it very hard for the Hussars to pull something off against my infantry. And I was basically always shooting at crowded spaces here with my whole artillery, and as you can see, his Hussars were completely going down against my infantry. At this point in game, it's worth mentioning that I already have 72 gold, and this was not this was not at the 40th minute. I had it already earlier. I just forgot to mention this. I had it earlier, and I had a very, very strong economy here now. And basically, if you look at the statistics, you can clearly see already the gold advantage that I had. Just look at Vadim, I have twice more gold, you know? And the amount of gold will play a major role very soon in the game, which it does already now, because I could upgrade with all the gold advantage my pikes. And in this situation here, I was constantly aiming with my artillery at this army here, not attacking, because I knew the hill is just fine. I could just hold it. He is the one under pressure. He has to help his partner and open up a second front. It's not me. I can hold the hill here, and it's just fine. There are little gaps in this wall, and it's very hard for him to attack here. Well, in the meantime, this second hill here was also important, because it was basically, if you look here, it is the center of the map. And in my philosophy, the one who controls the center of the map basically can control the game. And as you can see here, this is all unwanted. He didn't want to go here and attack with his hussars, but he maybe wanted to go from his top right corner in this down left center, and he accidentally crossed here, and I placed a little army just to distract it here and kill all those cavalry, and make it really hard for Deadpool to support his partner. And now in this moment already, it is a tactical match, it is a position match, and I think now at this time they realize that it is a position match. And what I just missed right now, because I was talking on the other side, is I said earlier that I didn't have to attack. That's right, I didn't for a very long time, until my advantage was almost triple the army of Deadpool, and I was basically now attacking because I wanted to capture the cannons, and this is exactly what I did. I knew that I couldn't, with this army, I couldn't enter his base. Just look at the amount of towers. It's absolutely absurd, you know. I couldn't even know if they were all upgraded. Basically, he did upgrade them. Look at this. It's just a inferno of towers, and to enter here. And very quickly, if I tried to enter, he would take this hill, and I would have to go through up here, and it would be too costly. So all I did now was just go back on the hill, trying to decide it here. This is the major scenario here, to avoid that he can push right through here, and then he is in the heart of my base. And this was the major battlefield here. And as you can see right now, these two hills here were a very perfect natural defense line. And at this point in the game, as I said in the early beginning, I was annoyed of the match, but at this point in the game I was absolutely enjoying this. This was a match that I really enjoy. Those tactical battles where you just have to have pure skill, pure control in order to withstand the onslaught of your opponent's army, really. And as you can see, I'm always trying to hit something with my artillery, all the time. Look at this. Every hit has to be, every shot has to be a hit, you know? And he realized this now. Basically he was going back, he was having respect. I was trying to follow him, and he realized now, Deadpool realized, that this position for him is a lost case, you know, because my war was finished. Even if he takes this hill now, I would be on this hill, and he has to go through little gaps everywhere. It would be too costly, and he thought now for a moment that it would be better to keep up the pressure on this southern flank. And now this hill now gets important, because it is basically the center of attention in the whole match, in my opinion. Now, obviously, I was trying to completely to make it really difficult now for everyone here to enter my base. I was trying to finish the walls. I was also trying to get room because at this point in game, look how crowded everything is. We needed room. This was very important, and he realized it. And look how he panicked, and he destroyed his walls just to get some winged hussars here and tried to kill all these peasants building the wall. And he almost sacrificed nearly half of his, nearly all of his cavalry for this. It was absolutely exaggerated in my opinion. And at this point in game, I kind of missed that he had a weak spot here, because I could have tried to take his nation. Let's see, did I already take his nation? No, I didn't. This is going to happen at some point later. But at this point, I didn't see it here right now, I think. Oh, did I? Oh, I did. I've seen it. So can I take it? I don't remember the exact time when I took it, to be honest with you, but I know that I took it at some point. Well, and as you can see, I made it so hard for them to beat me and to use the obstacles of the map that I allowed Ardwar, I gave Ardwar time to come back into the game, and he even managed. Let's look at it. Let's look at his army. He even managed to get a barracks 18th. Isn't that amazing? I mean, look, he built up Poland, he built up Netherlands, and he has a second nation and building up and doing everything he can at this point, even having some upgrades already. And I remember that sometimes I was even sending little amounts of money to him, which of course was very difficult, because I was carrying the whole match alone at this point. And I knew that if I sent him too much, it would be too risky. And yeah, at this point we knew that we have to advance. We have to do something a little bit, because we needed room. They were not doing anything anymore. They were having respect. They had lost so many units that they were having respect, and they didn't want, of course, to make one stupid thing here right now at this point. And I knew that at some point, if I want to win this match, I have to finish the walls. I have to box myself in even more. I have to protect those hills. And if somehow possible, I need to get a second nation. And yeah, there were so many plans and so many things to think of. And yeah, I at this point it was a fantastic match already. And just look at the minimap. Look at the minimap. It was a complete surrounding at this point in game. Let's basically slow this down a little bit, because this is a decisive, a little decisive moment, because I was using the amount of artillery here to shoot at the blue army. I knew that there are here a lot of Polish units. I have seen almost a very little amount of Rondashirs, so I was not having any respect of that. I was basically slowly advancing, shooting with my artillery on those multi-barrels, and very slowly advancing, and trying to basically push back the blue advancement on the southern flank. At the same time, I was trying to hold this hill. I even had some mortars trying to kill those towers. And at this point in game, I was even thinking of going in here, trying to do something, but I knew it would be too costly. I would open up a flank up here, I would risk losing the hills, and I knew that I first of all have to avoid Vadim, who had a second nation at this point here. Let's speed up a little. As you can see here, this was a little mismanagement by Vadim. He lost all his units that have even a slight protection against my artillery. So at this point in game, I slowly advanced and basically pushing back Vadim even more. Well, and he had a second nation. I had just one nation still. Yeah, one nation. And basically now they opened up a third front. There's this front here, and there's this front, and now it's getting it is getting very difficult for me, because I was fighting here. I had basically two armies. This is one, and this is one. I had this army here, and I had this army here, basically holding this side. At the same time, I had 4 barracks 18th, I had 5 stables, I had 3 17th. I was basically doing the third 17th very early in the game, because I'm a big fan of those 17 shooters. My army basically is, well, it looks undefeated at the moment, because I have a very big army. It is possible to defend a major attack at the moment. And if you look at the blue army, who basically just lost here at this point right now, he has already 8 stables. And 1 stable upcoming now from the second nation, and there are those winged hussars. If you asked me, at this point in game, I wouldn't be playing winged hussars anymore. But because I think at some point the upgrades in the barracks are more important. I'm going to slow down a little, because there's much happening right now. Basically, you can see that the attack of blue has failed right now. All of his winged hussars have died. That is because at this moment here, I have a lot of artillery control here. I have upgraded pikes here, who did a brilliant job defending against those hussars. Upgraded pikes are stronger than upgraded hussars, in my opinion. And then we've got Artwar, of course, getting bigger and bigger into the game as it progresses at the moment, because he is basically rebuilding and trying to rebuild his economy as well, after he has been hit several times with raids in the top left corner. In the meantime, Deadpool is trying to push on both hills. I think this attack here is a mistake. This attack here I can understand, because he has a majority of artillery here, but as you can see, my artillery is already rolling there, and because of the fact that I have won this battle here, I was basically very quickly here with shifting some army there and trying to support this attack, to support this defense, I mean. And as you can see, that we took here now some land, pushed him back. Artwar could use it immediately, and by building some barracks 18th again, and I knew very, very well that I need to at some point finish this wall here. So at this point in game, I couldn't believe what was happening, but I knew that at this point in game, if I keep fighting, there is a chance to win. At this point, after 1 hour, I knew that there could be a chance to win if played properly, and if Artwar is able to rebuild completely, playing a major role, getting back his mines, maybe having all his army here. I kind of felt that that Deadpool maybe is not on the same level of playing with artillery as me. I was having even mortars here. I don't think I have ever seen mortars at this time in 2023 of anyone. Maybe only a handful of players were doing it. Nowadays, in 2025, everyone is doing it when there is a camp match. Everyone are playing mortars, and I think this was one of the first time that players have seen this, you know. And yeah, it was in every aspect it was a special match, because at this point and after 1 hour of playing, the people were not expecting this long game, and I've read many comments below Swan's commentary of this match. Everyone was expecting a short match, and it was late in the night, and everyone was like tired also, and they were like, "Oh my god, what is it? What is this for a match?" And it was completely exciting. Yeah. However, at this point, of course, Ardwar is no match for Vadim alone. So I knew that, and I told him that during the match, take the hill, take this hill. This hill is just as important as these two, because they basically prolong the line of defense. You know, this is the line of defense here. And having this hill here is also very crucial, because if one holds this hill here, it is not possible for blue to go through this side into our bases. So I told him, go on the hill, try to hold it, and make sure this is somehow closed. So at this point in game, I thought maybe Artwork can buy as much time as possible for me in order to finish those walls, trying to prepare for a scenario where I would lose my fight and getting pushed back. And also at this point I was trying to take Deadpool out of the game. I was basically surrounding him from all sides, trying to take the hill, to make it impossible for him to aim on my basically on my army. I wanted to surround him, and now I realized that Deadpool had lost. So if I keep pushing, maybe I could win him. But of course, Vadim saw this, and Vadim was experienced enough to know that if Deadpool loses, then of course it's GG. Because look at the amount of Deadpool's base. He basically had 4 barracks 18th. He had 5 stables just like me. He just didn't play Dragoons, he played Winged Hussars as well, just like Vadim. And he had 3 17th. Plus all upgrades, of course, and a very significant amount of artillery depots. So basically the amount of artillery, if they all get out, are very annoying for me, basically. So what Vadim did was basically a very quick movement, uncontrolled, fast movement, pushing in with all his might of cavalry on this hill, and as you can see, he basically destroys my southern flank. Just my top flank can advance, but this is already crucial, because as you can see, I capture some mines and I will be able now to get the second nation. And I am not sure at this point in the game if there is a second nation, if I could have won this match without a second nation. I think from the obstacles, how the match was going, maybe would have been possible to win without a second nation, but I can tell you already that a second nation was extremely helpful, no doubt about it. So at this point I realized if I lose this hill, the opportunity to kill Deadpool was basically 0. And so I basically took the hill, I sent everything here, and obviously, of course, it is now also impossible to retreat my artillery. Where should I go? Should I go here? It's too long. I can't go here either. So basically I was cut from the reinforcements. He was cutting me here, and from here not enough army was progressing. So at this situation I knew already that I'm not able to hold the hill. And so what I tried to do was look at the amount of artillery. I was just trying to kill as much units as possible, because at this point you can see I have 100 infantry shooters, I have 28 dragoons, and where is it? Can't memorize those numbers, can't I? And look at this, his army is superior. He has also 100 17th shooters, but he also has 66 18 shooters. He has way more cover, and it looks like he's going to win easily. So at this point in the match, Vadim comes into a situation where he has to fight 2 versus 1. He's trying to help his partner, and Artwar is basically now trying to defeat Vadim, trying to build up some pressure while army is going up. And let's see if this works. I don't even remember if it worked. Yes, it does. It worked, and at this point here I was trying to build up a second front here, and I was also trying even to retreat my artillery, because I knew that I have so many cannons. If I can try to keep them, it would be a great advantage. And I even managed to get some out, but not all. And I wanted to hold the hill. I realized that Vadim is cut. Vadim is cut from Deadpool, and I kind of knew that I can, if I take this hill here again, that I'm going to win against Deadpool while Vadim cannot help him. So I tried to keep pushing, but then I realized, no, it's not enough. I cannot hold it. I have to go back. And it is absolutely crazy that at this point in the game they still keep playing winged hussars. In my opinion now, this is a clear mistake. It's a clear mistake, because the more 17th, the more 18th barracks are involved, the less important become the hussars, especially when they are in such little masses. You need a lot more numbers to cause some damage, but of course I expected that, because as you can see, at this point I still have those upgraded pikes. I have some musketeers incoming, and you can see that I have a lot of artillery, so the hussars don't have such an effect as they would have without all those upgrades and cannons. So, but anyway, they managed to push me back and surround me, and it turned out that Artwar's army is no match for blue. And I'm pretty sure at this point in game it can still be that Artwar still has problems with his upgrades. Yes, he does, because he doesn't have any mines. I think at this point in game maybe he could have done some mines, and he had the second nation, but he also upgraded it even, but he still struggled, and the other nation is not in the 18th century too. And at this point here you can see that we had room issues, you know. I was trying to build the second nation that I captured here in front of the wall, because I thought at some point in game I can maybe try to build a second wall here. But you will very soon see that this was not possible. However, the hill now helped very easily to defend against this, and they realized too late that this is a lost cause to keep pushing here. And I already began basically splitting my army, as you can see here and here. I was basically surrounding this onslaught. And I always had an eye on this hill, because I knew I should not allow Deadpool to take any of those two hills. And here Vadim realized what I was trying to do, so I thought, okay, fuck it, destroy everything. And I tried to find little gaps here anywhere where I could still build it, you know. And Deadpool realized that only with artillery he can cause some damage. So basically he was also having howitzers and stuff. Right now I have the 5th barrack already, and I realized that they were still playing those winged hussars, and that upgraded pikes were not enough. So at this point I was even upgrading my musketeers 18th, And at this point here, you can see that he's trying to take the hill that that I was always afraid of. So basically, I was splitting my army now, holding this hill and holding this hill, and as you can see, my army now is not big at all anymore right now, and I'm beginning to struggle at this point in game. But I still had the second nation, and the only problem that I had was room issues. I had room issues everywhere. But the Dragoons 18th of Netherlands are so strong that it is possible very easily to for me here to take back the hill and to put a lot of pressure on Deadpool. Yeah, and I was always saying to Ardwar, try to hold the hill, try to hold the hill. It's so important because his army was not superior than Vadim, but Vadim needs a lot more troops to take the hill. Then Ardwar needs to defend it. So I thought we could use this as an advantage, but it was not possible. Vadim was always trying to prevent it. He kept pushing and pushing so that it's not possible, and you can see already now that he's gathering units here, here, and here. He was trying to avoid a comeback from our side and trying to avoid giving us room and trying to keep up the surrounding situation. Oh, and before I forget to mention it, not only are these two hills very nice for my defense, this beauty here is also very nice, because every time he wants to attack my base, his army gets basically split or crowded in this situation or this situation, you know, and I was even able to do some little attacks here on blue, because sometimes he didn't realize that some units here are in danger, so I kept pushing. And my economy is completely rolling right now, as you can see. And it is in every situation from the very first beginning. It is an even situation. It is possible. Well, let's not say even situation. It is a situation where they have the upper hand. But it is a situation where I always try to get it back into an even situation, and then when there is a break, they get the upper hand again, because they have a lot more units. You know, they simply have a lot more units than us. And I always, due to the battles that we fought, I always came back, because I always tried to use the terrain, use the artillery, and it was basically a comeback of a lifetime, in my opinion, because you know it's not seldom that you have a match like that, 1 versus 2. But in your experience, when you play quick play, how often for you is it possible to win in a 1 versus 2 scenario? And given that this is a WCC quarterfinal, I think this is a once in a lifetime match. This will never happen again in a tournament match, in my opinion, in this situation. Yeah, and they realized now that they must take one of those hills. If they take one of those hills, they can, especially this center hill here is even more important than this upper hill here. If he gets artillery from here, he can shoot on my whole base. Then it's all over. So we realized that, of course. And as you can see, Vadim was basically trying all he could to keep up the pressure, take up very important spots. This is an important spot. This is an important spot. And he was doing a lot of pressure with his artillery, and we were losing a lot of units. But what I was really liking the fact is that we managed to get up this wall here, and I was trying to fortify the situation with some towers even. And yeah, in this situation now, basically the hill helped a lot to defend against this attack. And as you can see now, they even lose artillery. They even lose artillery. I'm able to push against 2 armies. And Art War is even longer into the game now, getting the rest of his upgrades. And he's beginning more and more to be a really good help, as you can see. And he has already all upgrades. He is in the 18th century, or he also has 9 stables now. He has 4 barracks. So at this point in game, we can say that this is no longer an advantage for Kiev clan. It looks like it. It looks like an advantage, but I have 2 nations. Artwar has 2 nations. Deadpool has just 1 nation. Vadim has 2 nations. So at the moment, we are beginning to get the upper hand. Absolutely. And we realize that we right now are in a very good tactical position, because we had those hill here in the middle, we had the control of the center. At this point I was trying to split the armies here from them. We knew that if we take Deadpool out of the game, who just has Poland, then it's a 1 game. So basically our main focus was to keep Vadim on distance, to keep Vadim here, and keep pressuring on Deadpool. Let's speed up a little. Alright. Right now is another decisive moment. As you can see, it is an intentional decision of Vadim not to help Deadpool. He thinks that Deadpool can take the hill, close the gate, and it will take a long time for me to get back here and try to defend my base. So basically he kind of thought that Artwar is still a weak link. Maybe it's not a weak link, but of course Vadim has more units. So, but what he maybe could not have known is how developed Artwar already is. So I was already relying on Artwar in this situation. I saw that he had an army, so I knew that he would go here anywhere to defend if Vadim would help, and I knew that I could keep up some pressure here and take some army and gather it here to support this. So at this moment, this army, the amount of this army did not look like it could invade the whole base here. The base was just too big. So we are already on 1 hour and 20th minute. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, and I knew that time now is an issue, and I was trying to basically now decide the match. And right now, if you believe it or not, it is a decisive, probably the decisive match of the game. Because right now, what you can see, the intentional decision of Vadim to try to enter this base. He knew that he has to enter the base, but he did it on the cost of leaving Deadpool alone. I think if you look at the situation, even if this attack is too slow, what Artwar can do is even trying to support my attack and to be very quick here on this side. It was a mistake, in my opinion, of Vadim to control the base here. If he had stayed here, they could have taken me into a sandwich position, as they did in earlier stages of the game already. So it was probably a mistake. So what he did here right now was sending grenadiers, but I was just waiting and did a gate. So, and right now this is, in my opinion, another mistake, because he was trying to enter the base through this little gate, where there are like 7 multi-barrels shooting while your own army is passing, and they are not immune to being killed. So basically he was killing himself with his artillery. And look at this, everywhere here are gates, everywhere are obstacles to go through. It is a nightmare. It is a nightmare to attack here all out, because the army of Artwar was standing here, and it's not little, you know. Look at this, it's not little. He has a lot of shooters here trying to defend from here. The only thing that he doesn't have here is artillery to shoot at the multi-barrels, to shoot at the army here. And Deadpool, basically, if you look at the army and the situation here, he his army is okay, but he now just realized that that he has only one chance here, and this is to do nothing and stay on the hill. If he cannot attack, he cannot go back. He has to just stay there where he is and trying to shoot with his artillery, which is exactly what he does on my army. And he could just watch what is happening here and enjoy the party. Yeah, and this now, let's see how many does he have? He has 100 winged hussars. This looks a lot, but it is nothing. It is nothing, really. You need at least 300 of them to get in here and do something. In my opinion, if Vadim and Deadpool would have done Dragoons much earlier, it would have changed the whole dynamics of the game. I think one of the reasons now that we still are alive are the fact that they did winged hussars for such a long time. If they had begun building Dragoons earlier, it would have maybe we would have lost, no doubt about it. Maybe we would have lost because we had situations where we were completely surrounded, and if they just had the firepower, we basically we could have lost. Yeah, and I don't know if you have seen that right now. There was a drop in the units, and this is because I remember this moment. I was basically having one multi-barrel here, and I was constantly shooting here. I was constantly clicking here, and this is why they lost a lot of units. And of course, his own multi-barrels are also a threat. He had this one multi-barrel here, and it was also killing a lot of units. So, and right now it looks like an even attack, but it is a complete disaster for blue. This attack is a complete disaster for blue. I mean, just look, I already have army here as well. I have upgraded pikes, and not only did I have upgraded pikes, I have upgraded musketeers 18th too. And the upgraded 18th musketeers are look at this, they are strong in the defense, they are strong in the attack. They are a match for the winged hussars when they are in such numbers and firepower as they are here, and especially when those winged hussars are being stopped in this situation here, because everything is blocked. Now, I'm slowly retreating a little bit because I'm fearing that Vadim is going to split his army, and I'm getting sandwiched from two sides. So I didn't want to lose the artillery because I had a lot of captured artillery, 43 cannons here, and as you can see, this battle here is a lost cause already. And I knew if I go on the hill, I could just kill Deadpool in the situation where he follows me and attacks the hill. Already right now, it is a overwhelming advantage that I have here by the situation. I was having the hill, I had all my artillery, I had my whole reinforcements coming from behind. I'm very quickly now shifting my army that was just here defending. Is coming here, all my dragoons are coming in, The army is already dead from Deadpool, and so is the complete army of Vadim. And in this situation now, right now, I knew that we had won. I knew no matter what happens right now, this game is going to be a victory, because I was in this exact situation already earlier in the game, but I didn't have a second nation. I didn't have the numbers. I didn't have the numbers to do something. And in this situation here right now, um, I was still building up the second nation, but I knew even I had a big Netherlands army, and if my Polish army would be helping out, then of course there's nothing that they can do anymore. Again, in this situation, I was telling Artwar to take the hill and do nothing, just hold the side, because I knew if this fight carries on, Deadpool is going to lose. I was doing complete pressure on this side with my whole artillery, shooting on this hill everywhere where I could. I was trying to destroy his artillery. I was trying to destroy his multi-barrels. Yeah, and right now I was already thinking of should I go all in, but then this happens. And as you remember, maybe I have already been in this situation before. They basically sandwiched me from two sides, so I was not even trying to fight this. I was going back. But now there will be a very critical moment, and I'm telling you why. Vadim realized the situation they were in. Deadpool was about to collapse. There was not much left anymore of his defense. He still had some artillery, he still had some shooters on the hill, but he has seen that he's completely outnumbered already. So he knew that if Artwar manages to get this wall done here, and even a wall here, that the game would be lost. So basically he was now pushing all out, trying to kill Artwar on this hill. And I, of course, try to very quickly kill Deadpool. And as you can see, it worked. Vadim has basically defeated Artwar once more here, and I saw this and I thought, what the fuck, what can I do? And I even forgot to close this little gap here and allowed the blue to enter my base, because I was completely focused here on this fight. And I was afraid of being surrounded again. And this is why I went back, because I thought the Hussars can be a big disadvantage. And Deadpool, of course, tries to use the chance and comes in, and I even managed to destroy those cannons here. Yeah. But as you can see, the winged Hussars are doing nothing anymore in this situation, and they still keep doing it. And even though, as I said before, I had the impression that we are going to win this fight, and right now they pushed us back again, and I was like thinking, can we still win it somehow? But I don't know. I realized somehow that I didn't have the respect of Deadpool the whole game. I was thinking, if Vadim is not there, I'm going to win against Deadpool. And so every time Vadim was not paying attention, I kept pushing. You know, I kept pushing on Deadpool. Already here, where he left his base, it was obvious the whole time he was standing on the base, and I knew if he attacks he would lose. So I just went back tactically, because I didn't want to be surrounded. And he immediately left his base. So why is it now a good thing to do it? You know, it was a mistake 10 minutes ago. So why, or 5 minutes ago? Why would it be good now? So this is why I immediately attacked all out. as soon as I have seen that Vadim is not looking. And there was a slight chance that I could even trying to get the cannons here. And it worked. I got the cannons, and now there's a critical moment, because look at the amount of... where is it? Look at the amount of hussars that he has, and the army of Vadim is absolutely astonishing. He has 500, more than 500 musketeers. 18th, he has a completely developed army, 140 dragoons. He has grenadiers, but mercenary grenadiers. He has 40 cannons. So the game is far from over. But my army, as you can see, I have barracks from Poland as well. I have 7 in total. I have upgraded dragoons. I'm building up Poland, even upgrading those dragoons as well. And I knew that the longer the game takes, the bigger is going to be the advantage to Deadpool. And in this moment I'm being sandwiched again, but this time now I'm taking on the fight, because I had so many artillery that I knew it would be not enough for him to kill me like that. And oh yeah, and before he attacks, I'm going to show you something. All my musketeers are upgraded, right? Look at it. There are like 130 upgraded musketeers, and there are upgraded 18th pikes. So if you look now, there are 120 winged hussars of Deadpool and 50 upgraded winged hussars of Vadim. So he has 170, and he has an army here to attack with, to support the cavalry attack. But if you compare it now to my musketeers 18th and my army here, it looks like now this is going to be an easy victory for Vadim and Deadpool. But look what happens to the cavalry. They completely hit a hole in my complete center, but they lost incredibly much of units, and they lost all the cavalry. They lost even this musketeer army that was coming from this side here, down here, and Vadim got himself into a surrounded position even. And of course, Ardwar was trying to use the situation to attack and trying to get all those cannons. And if you remember, like 5 minutes ago, Vadim had a superior army, 40 cannons, more than 500 musketeers, 170 dragoons, 18th century, and this almighty army now has been defeated, and it was a complete miracle in this situation. I couldn't understand how this army could have lost, you know. Yeah, and poor Deadpool, he had so much resources and couldn't do anything with it, except building Poland. I'm going to speed up a little. And as you can see now, even though they'd killed a lot of units, my army was rebuilding quickly. And I was having now 12 stables, fully pushing on upgrading those dragoons, and I was even having 9 18th. I was focusing completely on getting the second nation now. I really wanted to decide it now, because I was feeling that only a little more units would be needed to put up the last pressure needed to defeat Deadpool. I was constantly pushing with my cannons on the hill here. Deadpool knew that all he had to do is trying to box himself in, which he perfectly did with all those towers. It was not possible for me to get in here for a very long time. My artillery is pounding the hill from all sides. I'm also trying all the time to get and shoot everything. I'm even trying to defeat his cannons with my units. And Art War is surrounding. He even protected my southern flank. And I told him again, hold the hill, hold the hill. But he couldn't. Vadim did a great job. And maybe he waited a little bit too long to protect my southern flank. But Vadim didn't manage to break through. And at this point now, as you can see, Deadpool is collapsing. And Art was going all in. He didn't have to. He could have just gone back to the hill. And this was the moment where I knew that at 1 hour 37 minutes that Art War now is a match for Vadim. That he has almost the troops to hold him back. As you can see, they basically engaged all out on each other, and it turned out into a draw. Maybe a little bit more advantage on Vadim because he had more artillery, but Vadim would no longer have the amount of units to stop me from killing Deadpool. I knew this at this point, so I was basically pushing all out on Deadpool, ignoring my partner here at this point, trying to finally get this base. And as you can see, I have fully upgraded army now, basically. And Adwar was doing a great job now, holding the hill, even opening up a second front, trying to do little damage, you know, needle pins, you know, everywhere here. He was using moments in which Vadim was not looking. Yeah, and we are very close to the end of the match because it's already obvious at the moment here. I knew that this army would here now be able to defeat the rest of the base. I was already sending some units to help protecting Artwo from holding the hill. I knew if Vadim would take this hill, it would still prolong the match. So I was basically trying to prevent this from happening, and I was trying to avoid that Deadpool could escape with peasants. I just wanted to end the match now because it was already late in the night, and yeah. In German we say everything has an end, only the sausage has too. I don't know if that fits to the situation, but I knew that at this point in the game I wanted to end the match. Deadpool was trying all he can to stop me from to prolong the match. He was pushing all out with 18th pikes, trying to hold me back as long as possible in order to have some hope that Vadim could still help him out, but it is a lost cause now at the moment. As you can see now, he's completely surrounded here. And yeah, this is it basically. And to sum up, let's make a little summary. Was Kiev clan able to win the this fight? Absolutely, no doubt about it. In many situations they could have won the fight. It was individual mistakes, maybe. It was a miscalculation of the situation. It was basically also the fact that we did it incredible hard for them to get in our base. I mean, just look at these obstacles here. They were trying to get through narrow holes in the wall, trying to get in here. They were pushing on hills. They were trying to attack on hills, which is sometimes not a good idea. But nowadays, in 2025, what you can see is that strong, experienced players surround your base, and they are not attacking. Instead, they are using mortars to kill your base and very slowly advance. I think this is the right thing to do in such a situation. But not in every situation. Sometimes you give your opponent time to recover and win in a situation. You know, sometimes I like it even more when my opponent is doing nothing, being too passive, because it gives me time to do something. You know, so I think it is sometimes a mix. You know, you can use mortars, you can slowly advance, but you shouldn't be too passive. You know, if you are too passive, you give your opponent time to do something, and this could be a disadvantage for you. Yeah, we will see very soon on the statistics, and you can see the advantage of gold that I maybe had, or the resources that every player had. And right now, this is a situation where they surrendered. Deadpool was lost, Vadim was surrounded, and it was obvious that in this situation where my grenadiers were even fully upgraded, that this is not possible to win anymore, and yeah, they gave up. I think this was basically, and no doubt about it, one of the best games I ever played, and luckily it was a tournament match, it was a World Cup match, and needless to say, after this match, everyone knew me. In Cossacks 3, I was already quite famous in Cossacks 1, but after this match, basically everyone knew me, and there were this match has been on the YouTube channel from Swan, and Swan had almost 50,000 clicks, I think, on this replay, if I'm right, and many people have seen this match. I think this match has been a brilliant merchandise, a brilliant advertisement for the game, because it showed that it is a very tactical masterpiece in many situations, that there's always hope to do something, even in a very hopeless situations. You can always try to do something. And I'm pretty sure that if I wouldn't have been so stubborn in this match and so resistant, that other players could have lost this match, you know. And only because I didn't give up, I was making it very difficult for them to win in this situation here, on the hill, and using this hill for my advantage was the reason that we won the match, and I gave enough time for Artra to rebuild. And yeah, this is why I think that this was one of the best matches, and there will be more matches to come. I can already spoiler that. I will just upload the best of the best. I will not upload the longest matches now from now on, don't worry. I will just upload matches that are very entertaining and are an advertisement for the game. Yeah, be prepared for that. And before we finish, I'm going to show you a little the statistics. I have 720k gold, while Vadim, who was my direct opponent from the economy, had almost 30% less. Artwar basically just had food and wood, that's all. Deadpool had also a good economy, in my opinion, but just one nation, so he couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, and this was the reason, basically, one of the major reasons we have won. Thank you all for watching. First of all, thank you for watching such a long match. Be prepared for more analysis. Be prepared for many good games that are still to come. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my analysis. I was talking non-stop. But I think I was trying to, it was interesting for you to give you some insights. And yeah, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Leave a comment. I'm really curious if you enjoy this format, if you want to see more analysis of this kind. Yeah, and this is it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye. See you next time.